Hello everybody. Stanton Malopa again here. So, as I said that I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to analyze and trade Nasdaq properly. You know, Nasdaq is one of those assets that are very profitable. Now you must understand and you must know how to actually analyze Nasdaq. So here I'm gonna be doing holding a session with you guys for quite some minutes here. So just stay up until the end of the video so you get every bit of information that I have to share. Now I suggest that you have your script with you, your book, where you will be scribbling down all the key points that you need and not to forget about trading Nasdaq. Now you must understand, when we talk of NAS100, when we talk of NAS100, or rather as they call it Nasdaq, this asset is a very lucrative asset. Very lucrative asset. It means that this asset it moves very quickly. Its behavior, it's unlike any other assets you've ever met or you've ever seen. This NAS100 is an asset that fights but for nothing but to go up. That is why even if you go back to years before, this thing has been going up. You see, it goes up. It has been going up for quite some while. So even if it drops, like as you see here on this drop, it always push back up and in a dramatical way. You see this very sharp rise. Now even if it drops, it will go back to its original point, even passes the original point. You see it drops here again, it passes, it drops, passes, drop. So you see, even if it drops, it always finds a way to come back. It drops here, it came back, it's coming back even now. So meaning that Nasdaq, NAS100 is a most lucrative asset. Its main objective is to go up. So if you understand that its main objective is to go up, it means that you understand that its general direction, right? It's always up. The general direction is always up. You see, the general direction it's always up. So these are my key points here. So I hope that you guys will be taking notes, as I promise to give you every bit of information that I know on Nasdaq. So even if I don't finish on this video, I will always create another video. Yeah. So yeah, for now, just write this: always up. The general direction is always up. So to prove to yourself, or rather to remember that this thing is always up, rather go and put a trend line wherever you can. Put a trend line whenever you can, or rather wherever you can. So I'm gonna put my trend line here. As you can see, this trend line, it shows an uprise. It's going up. It's from here going up. Shows a sharp rise. It's going up. So it proves what? It proves the general direction of that Nasdaq. It's always going where? Up. Now I'm gonna go and mark all the points where the Nasdaq has rejected, or rather has rejected the uptrend. I'm gonna go and mark all the points. Very important points. By the way, I'm on daily chart here because I want to see the broad thing here. I'm on daily chart, so this is where Nasdaq has rejected, or rather it has bounced to formulate a drop. Yeah, this is my point number 1. Yes, and then I'm gonna mark another point that I see, which is this one. Do you see that? So I've got 2 bigger points here where Nasdaq has dropped. 2 bigger points. I'm gonna go and mark my next point here. You see? It's not really a point. I'm gonna create a trend line to every drop that I see. I'm gonna create a trend line. Every drop, this drop, I'm gonna create a trend line. So in every drop that I see, I'm gonna create a trend line. You see, this is another drop inside. This is another drop. I'm gonna create a trend line as well. You see? Perfect. Now, why am I doing this? I want you to understand. I'm gonna show you the importance of these trend lines that I've drawn here. Let me change the color of this trend line, or maybe make them another color so that you guys can remember. Let me make them, no, yellow is too light. Let me make them blue, or rather, yeah, let me make them blue. You see, they are blue. I'm changing the colors to blue. So I want you to remember these marking points. I want you to remember these marking points. Every time we come back to them, I want you to remember, okay, these ones were an example of what? Of a downtrend. I want you to show you that I want to show you guys that you should have capitalized on these drops. How do you capitalize? Remember, always in your mind, the general direction is always up. General direction is always up, meaning it's going up. It's in an uptrend. So whenever they drop, you aim for it where they come back and go up. Now, we all know, I'm going to show you, we all know that every time there is an uptrend, come down. Every time there is an uptrend, come down. Every time we see an uptrend like this, whenever we want to take a trade here, we wait for a breakout here. So we are going to put a trend line inside here. So this trend line, this one, let me change the color to maybe green. This trend line, the green one, the trend line, it will act as this trend line. So this market, as you see it like this, is the blue line. So this green one is this one. So every time the green line is broken, it confirms an uptrend. So every time this line is broken, it confirms an uptrend. Meaning here, somewhere here, you should have taken the trade. You should have bought and capitalized on this rise. So even this one, as it gets broken there, you should have capitalized there and go up with it. This one, it broken there, capitalize and go up with it. Now, the same procedure that I'm doing on a daily hour, I'm gonna do it on a smaller time frame, like 5 minutes. I want you to see that the whole scenario, the fact that it happens on a daily chart, it happens in each and every chart. Now let's go to a smaller time frame. I want you to understand properly how you could have capitalized, or you still can capitalize. Let's go to 5 minutes chart. You see, on 5 minutes chart, we understand still that this is Nasdaq is always going up, right? Now let me just zoom out because this is a smaller time frame. Let me just zoom out, and I want to show you guys that okay. Now let me connect my points. I'm gonna take this lower one, connect with this one. Let me make it 15 minutes so that it becomes a little bit more clear. Yeah. I'm trying to connect here. So now let's go back to 5 minutes. You see now, this is our 5 minutes chart. This thing shows our trend, right? It's always going up. This is a smaller time frame, remember. It's always going up. We want to use the same procedure as that one we used in the previous video, right? I mean, in the not previous video, but in the previous scenario that we showed in the video. Now, we see an uptrend here. This is where it bounced, right? We are going to put our mark. We are going to mark this area. These are very important areas, so we need to mark them. Very important areas. Is there any other area that needs to be marked? There is another area that needs to mark. This one, the high that they just created now. So we are going to mark it. We understand it's small. Since it's small, it's because now this is small time frame. I'm trying to move everything, but I can't. Okay, it's fine. So this is my marking, right? I must put a trend line here to show what? To show this rejection, to show this drop here. Now I will put my trend line here. This time, let me make it I'm gonna make it I'm gonna make it blue. Yeah, you see, like that. Okay, it's fine. We're going to that one. I'm gonna mark it as well. It's small, but it's fine. It's small, but fine. Can't complain. You need to draw to what the market shows you. Now we need to focus on this one. 5 minutes chart. This trend line was broken. You should have taken a trade somewhere here and go up with it. Even this one, it's been broken now. It's been broken now. That's why you must take a trade here and go up with it. Meaning here we're expecting a rise here. This is the current market. We're expecting a rise to go up. Just like that. You see, the same procedure that I use on a bigger time frame, I'm still using it on a smaller time frame. Same procedure. Same procedure. So what's the procedure? The market will go up, come back down, go up a little further, come back down, continue to rise. So as it rises like this, when you want to take advantage of these drops, you need to do something. What do? You put a trend line and wait for the trend line to be broken. But you must be also able to spot these rejections here. You see that? These rejections here. Oh, I took a wrong one. Let me go and take the right marking. Spot these rejections here. You see that? But you need to understand something very, very important. This thing is always an uptrend. It's always going to go way up. It's always going to go way up. Yes, it's always going to go up. It's always going to go up. It's an uptrend. You just aim for it to drop, and then when it drops, you take advantage. Go up with it. It is as simple as that. Nothing is complicated when it comes to analyzing Nasdaq. That is why we always capitalize on Nasdaq. Even if we lose data, but we still capitalize on Nasdaq. I will show you how to analyze a currency pairs. But for now, let me just show you one example. Right? Let me just show you one example. So in currency pairs, always open a 4-hour chart when you start to analyze currency pairs. Why do you open the 4-hour chart? To understand if its general direction is clearly seen on a bigger time frame, which is 4 hours. 4 hours is the best. Now, as I see here, there is a huge drop of the market here. Now, since there is a huge drop, I need to point, or rather show my point. Where is it dropping and dropping, and it keeps on dropping? So this is my first point that I see, my highest high. I connect it with my second one. Yes, I connect it with my second one, and then formulates like that. So this is a downtrend. Let me just zoom in. So yeah, this is my downtrend, but this is where it was broken. Now, since this is where it was broken, I leave it to go up, and it must come back down to retest my line. It must never go below the line. So you see, it didn't go below. It's still playing above the line. So I'm still right here. I'm still correct. So it created a head and shoulder. You see now, this is a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. I'm going to mark my shoulders and heads. This is my shoulder. The head is bigger than the shoulders. The shoulders are almost in a similar position. So this is my head. And then my other shoulder is being formulated. This is the most interesting part. My other shoulder is being formed here. My other shoulder is being formed here. So I'm expecting what here? I'm expecting a rise. I'm expecting a rise. So by the way, this is a free signal to all those who are trading. If you will see this video on the 8th of February, if you see this video on the 8th of February, it's still an opportunity for you to take it. It's a long one. It's a holding trade. It's a holding trade. So if you happen to take it, but remember, put stop losses, because you can never be too sure. Put some stop losses to protect your equity, but then it's a free signal. I'm giving it to you guys. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. So yeah, that's about it, guys. That's how you analyze Nasdaq, and I gave you a free bonus here of USD CAD. This is USD CAD. Go and check it out, guys, and see if you'll be able to capitalize. Guys, I thank you very much, and as I promised that I will always be making these videos. This is the first one for February, and I'm gonna be giving more of these videos. I hope that you like it and enjoy it and you've learned. Thank you very much and take care.